Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering Smile. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea.
This is our 8th one of the day, guys.
We're hyped up on caffeine. We're also tired. My butt hurts. I'm ready to get out of this chair. So
We're old.
we're old.
These chairs can be uncomfortable after a while.
Yep. But so I'm drinking the Yogi Relaxed Mind. It's got ashwagandha root, sage leaf, lavender flower, chrysanthemum flower, blackberry leaf, peppermint leaf, and stevia leaf.
And I am drinking Republic of Tea's Daily Beauty. And it has organic green rooibos, organic hibiscus, blue butterfly pea flower, organic lemongrass, organic rose hips, apple, organic lavender, sweet blackberry leaves, organic hibiscus extract. I was doing so well. Organic lemon balm, bamboo, blueberry, and schizandra berry extract.
So fancy. For our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So, the summary for Smile. I got an each. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, a psychologist that works for a hospital receives a very interesting new patient. She says that, there's this creature that's coming after her. It's coming... Entity. It is different people, or it can be different people, and it told her that day she's going to die. And in that same session, the patient starts screaming bloody murder, then starts smiling really creepily, and then unalives herself in front of the psychologist. So the psychologist is obviously upset by that, but then she starts seeing stuff going on. Yeah, so, yep. Entertainment. Honestly, I didn't have very high expectations for this movie, and it met them. Yeah, it exceeded them. So, the way I think about it is it's kind of like It Follows, but with, trauma instead of sex, in a way.
It was better than It Follows. Personally, anyway. But I'm sure we'll get to It Follows at some point, unfortunately.
I thought we already covered It Follows. We didn't? We haven't yet?
I don't think so.
Oh.
If we did, I blocked it out.
For some reason, It Follows creeps me out a little bit more just because it's always walking towards you. And so it's that looming, where is it? And I know you can just travel around the world and blah, 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 blah. But it's this one was a little bit more, threatening. So I give this movie a 7.75. I will say it's one of those movies that, at least for me, it sucked me in, right away. It had my attention.
It was a shock and awe kind of thing.
Yes. Pretty good scares for the most part, and pretty decent setups to those scares. It did have a lot of jump scares that I wasn't very appreciative of, but overall, the scares felt well deserved. The ending, I really don't know how to feel about it, because it's a level of frustration, because she is obviously trying to be by herself. And the love interest guy was no, you're not. and he fucked it up.
Yeah.
He fucked it up big time.
Especially when he knows what's going on and should understand exactly what she's trying to do of the line ends with me. But no, let's go ahead and do this so we can open it up to the sequel.
Yeah.
Which is coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And the two things that I did enjoy about the movie as well is first, it plays on like especially if a movie does this well, it's like extra like scary is when the main character is not crazy, but everyone thinks that they are.
Yes.
And it's like it's the most helpless feeling.
Yes.
Because I feel like maybe like growing up or somewhere in like our life, we've come across similar instances where like, you know, we're trying to, you know, like an adult isn't believing you as a kid or something like that. So it's like, you know, I feel like we all to an extent can understand that helplessness. And it is a very helpless feeling. And I also like the fact that first they had a way that you could have it like skip you. Yeah. But I also like the fact that she wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to like murder someone or whatever.
She
like,
thought about it.
She did. But I'm glad that she at least tried to go about it like a different way.
Yeah.
And she was really, and her reasoning behind like how to get it to stop was like really like logical and sensical to me. Because it's true. It's like the entity is transferred by someone else witnessing that tragedy. So it's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
It's transferred by trauma.
Yes. And honestly, I just watched the movie and looked very surface level, but I'd be very interested to know if there was like, I don't know what they were like really alluding to or trying to be symbolic of. Because I mean, I do feel like trauma, depending on the type of trauma, it can be like passed to people or at least affect other people. And so to an extent, it kind of is like that. But the kills though, some of the kills were brutal.
Oh, they're all brutal.
Yeah. But at least it wasn't like gore for gore's sake. Like it made sense.
Yes. And again, if this thing transfers from trauma, the kills have to be traumatic. Yeah. They have to be brutal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But like overall, I feel I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this movie. It kind of like went under my radar, but I just like saw it available. I'm like, let's do it. And I thought it was worth the watch.
You gonna give it a rating?
But yeah, I said it's 7.75.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So
yep, I said it. Pay attention.
Sorry. Again, this is the 8th recording that we've done today.
Really doopy.
A little bit. This was not my first watch.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, it was better to watch it again. I was honestly extremely frustrated the first time I watched it and a little bored. And found the effects kind of laughable the first time I watched it. But watching it this time around more in depth, you pick up a little bit more. And while the effects are still, depending on your mood at least, laughable, for like the monster especially at the end.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, and then just the creepy smells too. I feel like the creepy smells were hit or miss.
Yeah, it's more of a filter, honestly. That's what it felt like. But it was a little better watching it for a second time. So I give it a 6.75. It's not going to be my favorite or the first one that I go to. But it's not horrible either. there's a lot in the realism that hit in the wrong way and make me not take it seriously at all. And I did take off a little bit for entertainment value for cat death.
Oh.
That's messed up, man. I mean, to be fair, well played, Demon. Well played. With the cat carcass in the kid's present. But also, F you, dude. That was a low blow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if maybe they're trying to have a parallel with, like, mental health problems. And trying to seek help for it. And other people telling you, oh, no, you're fine. You're just tired. You're burnout, this, that, or the other. And people not listening that something is up. And
Yeah.
they need just a little bit of help. Because it goes from, oh no, you're just seeing things. Like, this is nothing. You have PTSD. Well, I know it's not PTSD anymore. It's PTS syndrome. It's post-traumatic stress syndrome. Because it's not a disorder. You had a traumatic experience at work. So your mind is trying to process it. It'll be fine. You just need to relax, have some time off, get some sleep, you know. It'll be fine. And then they have the other extreme of, maybe you need to stay somewhere. I don't think you should be alone. Maybe you should be committed. Like, this is a problem. Like, there's no in-between of, let me hear you out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hear your concerns. Let's work through it together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that can sometimes be a problem
Yeah.
when trying to seek help with mental illness.
Especially the right kind of help.
Yes. Yes. So, it's a lack of understanding a lot of times. So I'm wondering if that's a parallel. If it's not, then maybe I'm just reading into it. I don't know.
I was like, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she did technically seek help with her therapist.
She sought help with a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they weren't listening. The only one that listened was her ex, and only after she went about it roundabout, and he saw evidence from other people. It's like, oh, wait, this actually is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is this really what you're experiencing? This is a problem.
Yeah.
But then he went about it stupid at the end, just like, you were doing so well.
Yeah.
So
like,
mad.
I understand
So
he wanted to protect her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, dude,
Like, come on, man.
it's like, you know how it operates similar to how she does. So it's like, use your mind.
Yeah. But it's fine.
He's fine.
There were some movies got a movie moments for sure. Like her not being automatically put on mandatory leave after
Yeah.
that traumatic experience. He had already, like, her boss had already mentioned that she had been working way too much by that point.
Yeah.
Like, go home.
Yeah.
That should have been a last straw. Okay, you're now on leave. No arguments, no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to take some time. Probably mandatory counseling as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then after a certain period and the okay of a counselor being like, okay, yeah, she can come back. Because no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of a liability issue than anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, you know, let's continue it for movie's sake. They have to add in the stupid cliches too, but we'll get to those in the realism as well. But it was a lot of jump scares as well. I agree. There was some creep factor here and there because when she got the call after talking to her therapist, who she thought was her therapist right in front of her, and then she gets the call and it's her therapist, that was a good one.
It was.
That was a good one. Because then it's like, what can you trust?
Right. Right. Because it's like before they had just established, like, it's just this thing that smiles And so we didn't know, like,
and follows and says things to you.
yeah, and it's like we didn't know it could actually like interact with you like the normal person would. It's like, now that's scary.
Yes.
Because it's like, what if you're with that thing for like, you know, weeks or months, or like, what if you think it's your boyfriend and then you learn it's not? Mm-hmm. That's scary.
Yep.
That's freaky.
Mm-hmm. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Yep.
So it had good moments like that, but then they lost a lot of it toward the end. A lot of it. With the monster thing, I feel like that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Bit much. And I know it was supposed to be scary, but the way they made it look, I was laughing. I could not take it seriously, and I was laughing. I'm sorry. Mixed bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But so realism, I did a 3. The main character reactions were pretty realistic. And the boyfriend, well, the love interest, not really her boyfriend.
Her ex.
Her ex. I feel like his reactions were pretty realistic. And as much as it drives me nuts that he like followed her, I could see someone doing that.
I could see it. As stupid as it was, I could see it.
Yeah. That's all I got. Because, I mean, like, her, like, the whole, like, I like the fact that after she sees it happen with her patient, like, the way that she's talking to the police and how everything unravels. Like, I feel like that's, like, it felt very on par with, like, how someone, especially someone who, it is like a medical person would like handle it, like taking the logical route first and then like realizing, oh shit.
Yeah.
But
I give it a 2. I don't understand why a room that's used for psych evals have a glass or ceramic vase.
it depends on the type of psych.
Yeah, I didn't buy it, honestly. I, again, don't understand why she wasn't automatically put on mandatory leave with counseling. It kind of lost me, honestly, at the how did it make you feel cliche.
Oh.
That's not how that works. That's not how therapy do.
Yeah.
No. The writers have never been to therapy. And nobody discovered this pattern before. Nobody bothered to try to discover this pattern before.
I mean, it's technically the one guy that was in prison.
Yeah. But he didn't, tell the person that he transferred it to or anything? Like, try to warn them? Nothing? Even if it came off as rambling.
That's true. That's true.
Like, lunatic rambling after a murder or something. That still would have been valuable information.
Very true. Very true.
Get the story out there. And nobody thought to try to isolate themselves to end the line. Like, if they're going to die anyway, nobody else thought, yeah, line ends with me. Also, where did it start?
We need a prequel.
Where or how does
Our
it
origin
start?
story.
I want to know, because it transfers from trauma. Does it have to be death trauma? Because there's different kinds of trauma. Lots of different kinds of trauma.
Yeah.
Please don't make that kind of trauma, though. Please don't. Stick with death, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mention it. Sorry. But yeah, and then just... Is she losing time with some of these things and she's doing it herself, like the demon's slowly taking over? Or is the demon able to manipulate different things?
We don't know. Didn't really like...
It was a little ambiguous there, and I didn't like that. Like, I want to know.
Well, especially for a monster like this that is more rules-based.
Rules-based, and it's all, like she says toward the end, like, you're in my head too. The demon's like, you can't escape your own mind. And she's like, well, you're in my mind too, bitch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, can he affect stuff outside? Or is it just the head? Inquiring minds want to know. And if she was committed and was considered an extreme danger to herself and others, if they put her in, like, a straitjacket and padded room, how would it kill her?
Well, unless if they have, like, a camera, and this is just pure speculation, but if there's a camera in the room, then someone viewing it...
That's a maybe, though.
Yeah, it is a maybe.
That's a maybe. And again, how would they get her to kill herself? But yeah. It just... There's a lot of ifs there. And I feel like if it worked for actual death in, Final Destination to keep it at bay, then would it not potentially do the same for this?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just saying. I know the quality of life wouldn't exactly be great, but,
Yeah, like, overall, I think it's worth at least a watch. But it's not, like, an absolutely amazing movie, but it is like, a pretty decent horror movie, though.
If you haven't seen it yet, go into it with fairly low expectations. It'll be better that way. If you have seen it, lower your expectations a little bit and then give it a second watch.
Yep. But thank you for joining us today, and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below. I'm trying to hurry up because my cat's about to come in and bother me.
And if you'd like to support us monetarily, we have a Teespring and a PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with Republic of Tea available. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. And you can find all of the sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye!
Bye.